What has been your biggest day so far this month?
Biggest day so far this month was yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Literally yesterday, yeah.
What was it yesterday? Was it 400 you said, wasn't it?
Yeah, just over 400 or maybe even a bit, maybe 430 odd quid.
I remember when we first started out, I kind of gave you a bit of a unique guarantee because I had a lot of trust in your ability, and it was like, obviously we'll keep you in the group for free, we'll keep working with you free of charge until you hit that 5k month, and you were so close to it last month, weren't you? You was almost there.
Yeah, I didn't even kind of realize it until the end of the month as well. I thought, God, that's getting close. To be honest with you, really recently, like in the last month, kind of seen my income going up again, and that's without me spending a lot of time on it. I've been really busy doing other things the past month, but my income was still quite high up on TikTok Shop, so I was really happy with that. Because I was putting out a decent amount of videos, I think, but then I kind of thought maybe there's more potential here. I think I just maybe need that further advice and help.
If you want to give the people just a little bit of an introduction as to sort of who you are and where you were before you kind of started TikTok Shop, or when you started TikTok Shop, and just give us a bit of a rundown on yourself.
Yeah, sure. I've kind of came from a little bit of like a media background in my previous jobs. So doing graphic design, kind of media, like social media, that kind of stuff as well. I actually started TikTok Shop a few years ago. So I started myself doing TikTok Shop for seller. And then I realized kind of the back end of last year that I fancied doing a bit of affiliate. And just with what's all involved, I thought the idea of maybe doing affiliates a bit easier. And yeah, I fancied it doing that. So I started off in probably about, I think it was November, started on off doing TikTok affiliate. I liked selling other people's products and trying like a variation of different stuff.
Nice.
And yeah, I kind of came across success with it quite early on, and I was like, all right, there's someone here.
Yeah.
So basically a few months down the line, it was going all right, it was going decent, but I knew I could kind of take it a bit further. So yeah, I wanted to kind of take it to the next level.
Wicked,
And learn a bit more about it.
Out of interest, what made you kind of take the switch from like being a seller to obviously going kind of all in with affiliate, as someone who started out, from the dawn of time when TikTok Shop was first a thing?
To be honest with you, I think just as I was saying before, just like the easiness of dealing with affiliate products. Like, so when I've still obviously got my own products, but when I'm doing my own products, there's quite a bit involved. Obviously, you have to buy products in, you have to then sell the products, and then you have to ship the products and stuff like that. There's quite a bit of admin and kind of business side to do it. And also, depending on how many products you've got, with a variation of affiliate, it means you can kind of switch from one product to the next product in different seasons and stuff like that. That's what kind of stood out to me when I was looking to do affiliate. So yeah, I think that's probably the ability to just switch between the different areas of products. That's what kind of appealed to me most with affiliate. Yeah.
It makes it much more versatile, and you don't take on as much risk as well. Whereas like when you're starting a seller center or like a brand, you've got to invest in capital, and if the idea flops, you're back 3-4 grand.
And yeah, that's it. It can be a bit risky at times as well, and you kind of have to hope that your product does well with TikTok Shop for seller. But as I was saying, with affiliate, if one thing doesn't work, it was a lot easier for me to just switch to something else and then go with that and then see if that works. So a lot more testing can be involved in affiliate without a lot of risk anyway.
100%. So yeah, cool, man. So before we kind of started working together and we met online, what were you making from affiliate? Because I know you've been doing it for a long time. What was your kind of income looking like from?
Starting off on affiliate, so as I said, it was about November last year. So the first month I think I'd done affiliate, it was something like maybe 1,100 quid, something like that. And then into December, obviously a great month to sell stuff on affiliate. Back end of the year, it was more up towards, I would say, kind of 3 grand. It was a really good month. That's the kind of stage where I thought, right, there's something here. And yeah, it was kind of sitting about that level. And then January, it went a bit down in January. And then after January, I think it was when I joined yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, man, for sure. So before you kind of started working with myself and we got in touch, what were you struggling with the most, even though you were obviously earning good money? Was there anything in specific that you felt like, wasn't working for you? You just couldn't get over that hurdle?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was kind of product selection. That was one thing, and just what to be promoting and when to be promoting it. Obviously, a lot of products are seasonal, a lot of products are kind of trending at the time and stuff like that. So I wasn't really too sure on that. I was just kind of promoting what I thought might work for me at the time. But yeah, I kind of needed more help in that kind of aspect, being like, right, what is going to work for me here?
What made you kind of realize that you had that problem and you needed that kind of further help or guidance in this space?
I think because I was putting out a decent amount of videos, I think, but then I kind of thought maybe there's more potential here. I think I just maybe need that further advice and help. Obviously, I had experience from before doing TikTok shop, but I thought to myself I could do with a bit more someone with like experience in doing it like yourselves that could push me further on where I kind of wanted to be.
Just leading on to that, kind of what made you trust myself and the team as opposed to maybe anyone else you saw online that was offering services or help?
Yeah, well, that's a good question to be fair, because I'm not gonna lie, I was
Yeah,
quite
I remember.
skeptical of joining a
Yeah,
TikTok group.
we had the back and forth emails, didn't we? Of
Um,
kind of the guarantee and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. At the start, I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to join a group or not.
Yeah,
And as I said, I was quite skeptical about it all. But I think what happened, I joined one of
live
your
call.
calls, like one of your yeah, yeah. So I joined one of them, and then I liked what you were saying on the call, liked what you were showing, and then I'd seen quite a few of your videos on TikTok as well, and I felt it quite relatable to me. And then obviously once I joined the course, met Matt, met Brandon,
Fair.
and yeah, just found it quite relatable. So
Amazing. Did you kind of, just out of interest, did you have any kind of doubts before joining? I'm guessing there was probably a few in your head.
oh yeah, loads of doubts. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I did have a lot of doubts. As I said, I was skeptical about
yeah,
joining anyone,
yeah,
but yeah, I just felt to myself that I wanted to do it. I wanted to push myself to the next level, and kind of just went for it. And yeah,
yeah. Are you happy you've
glad I
taken
did.
that kind of risk now?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'd say like the kind of value that I get in it, and well, the one-to-one support. That's mainly what I was coming into
Yeah,
the group for. To be fair, was the
yeah,
one-to-one support because I thought I kind of needed it specifically for me, maybe for my niche and what I was doing at the time, and specific support for me. But actually joining the weekly calls, that has been really beneficial to me because you're learning off other people as well and what they're saying and what they're doing. So.
do you feel like it gave you that kind of level of personalization that you were looking for prior to joining?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think there was a lot of stuff that I just didn't know.
Yeah,
As I said it before, like I felt quite experienced in the TikTok shop game, but because you're learning from other people in the group and obviously the coaches yourselves, you just learn loads in quite a short period of time. And you actually don't realize some of the stuff as well that you learn without actually thinking about it, and you take it away. And then when you come back to it and think, I wouldn't have actually known that or done that if it wasn't for being
yeah,
on the calls, to be fair. So yeah.
100%. Yeah, for sure. So, what would you say changed the most in the way you view your content or anyone else's content on TikTok Shop since kind of being a part of the group?
Probably just the way, I suppose, like the way videos are being filmed. It's more of a kind of technique and more thought behind of what you're actually doing instead of just kind of wasting time and just kind of shooting in the dark sort of thing.
Yeah,
Having a bit of purpose behind the videos
more intent.
is probably definitely one of the things that I've learned. Hooks and stuff, massive part of the game. Realized that my hooks when I was doing it, what I thought were good hooks were absolutely shocking hooks. Um,
What made you realize
but
that?
yeah, just with what you were saying on the calls, like obviously it's quite good because you're brutally honest as well on the calls, and I think you kind of learn from that as well. Like with actually realizing, oh wait a minute, that when you watch it back and then listen to what you guys say, it's like actually, yeah, that's not as good as what I maybe thought it was. So yeah, definitely like things like the hooks and stuff, obviously product selection, that kind of thing. But
Of course. So obviously, I know you had quite a lot of prior success, and you came from quite a unique position where you were already making decent money. You just kind of wanted to take it to the next level. But was there a point since joining so far at all where you thought like kind of like, okay, this actually does work. This advice is leveling me up. If so, what was kind of that point for you?
yeah, definitely. Probably, to be honest with you, really recently, like in the last month, kind of seen my income going up again, and that's without me spending a lot of time on it. I've been really busy doing other things the past month, but my income was still quite high up on TikTok Shop, so I was really happy with that. So,
Good.
kind of thought to myself, there, I've actually put in a bit more effort, like I need to be doing, then
Yeah.
I could be getting to my goals of where I want to be. So
Well, just out of interest, how much like time do you kind of spend at the moment? Because your time's quite limited a day on making your content.
I would, to be honest with you, I've gotten quicker at making the videos, obviously with all the tips and help and stuff like that. So it depends what I'm doing, but on like a kind of daily basis, I could maybe just spend like a couple hours making and editing videos, and then with my current work status at the moment, I can just do that the rest of the day. So yeah, not a lot of time, but obviously when I want to put more into this, I could
Yeah.
obviously go further and spend a bit more time making videos.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a big believer that to make your kind of initial first few £1,000, maybe up to £5,000 a month, you don't need to put like a lot of time into TikTok. It's more about the quality. But when you're kind of at your stage where you're doing the numbers we're going to talk about, to obviously get to the next stage up from that, obviously the more time you put in, the more videos you get out, it will already amplify what you have that's already working in a sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Sure. So, what was like the first product or video that you had that kind of worked really well for you since obviously joining us and being a part of the group?
It's been a kind of variety of them, to be honest with you. It has just been a totally mixed variety because I've kind of, as I spoke to you about recently, I've just kind of been finding my niche,
Of course.
and what I like doing, and obviously being a faceless creator, it makes it a bit more difficult. Obviously, I've not got my face in the videos, so it makes it a bit more difficult. But yeah, it's been a bit of a mix of them. I would say, like, as I was saying before, like the outdoor products, stuff like that, like outdoor cleaners, that kind of stuff as well. I've taken off. I've had quite a few virals,
Nice.
which is really good. So yeah, it's been a bit of a mix of them, but which is good
Nice.
because, as I said before, when it gets to affiliate, you can chop and
That's right.
change between
Sure.
what's working and what's not. So
Yeah, you don't want to be dependent on one product as well, because if it goes out of stock or something goes wrong, then you're straight back down, right? So
yeah, that's
right, sure. But do you feel like, Jordan, as well? Because I know you mentioned you're a faceless creator, which obviously we know. But do you feel like, for the people watching, that being a faceless creator is something that limits you from how much you can make, or do you feel like in some ways it's an advantage?
Yeah, I don't think it's a limit of how much you can make. I definitely think there's money to be made in faceless content,
Yeah,
a lot of money. It just depends on how you film your videos. So what I've learned a lot as well, if you are being a faceless creator, the quality of your videos means so much. Like that
yeah,
is what your videos is about, is the
100%.
quality of them, because your face isn't in them. Like what you guys have said in the call, that's what you need to focus on. And yeah, advantage of them is the quality. So the advantage of them is when you put the quality into them, you get a lot of views, depending on what video you're making. And yeah, and also I think just actually creating the videos as well. You can film them however you like in your style, and
Yeah.
quickly edit them together, and then
100%. Was there any kind of bit of advice or feedback that maybe we gave you on the calls, because I know you've mentioned the calls quite a lot, that has stuck with you and been kind of most valuable to you so far?
I think just using your unfair advantage,
Yeah.
that has been probably the thing that has stuck with me the most. And as I said to you as well, with what I'm doing and what niche I want to be in, I need to be using my unfair advantages to work in that niche. So I think what I've done, and what a lot of people do as well, is, as we kind of spoke about before, is the kind of shiny object syndrome, where
Mm,
you try and do everything at once and try and jump on every single trend. And when you do that, you're spreading yourself too thin,
100%.
and then it doesn't work. So I
Absolutely.
think just kind of realizing what suits you, going with
Yeah.
that and sticking to that, and then yeah,
Yeah.
obviously having success from there. Yeah.
100%. Like, you just got to accept that as well. I feel like so many people are trying to be somebody else or beat somebody else at their own game, but it's like that's one thing we always try and help our creators do, is like find their lane in like an honest manner, tell them what they're kind of good at, and say, look, stick to this thing, because in order for you to have longevity in this game, you've got to, do it long enough, see it out long enough for it to work, and for you to become a master of it. And when you're always, like I said earlier, starting from one thing, new hook, new product, this thing, switching from this niche to this niche, like, you never give it enough time for it to work out and see it through. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think you've done really well.
Yeah, no, I think that is, like what you said there, is sticking to what works for you. That is definitely something that I would advise anyone else to do as well. Is obviously stick
Yeah.
to what your unfair advantages are, sorry, and what is working for you.
Just out of interest as well, because obviously you came into the group making quite good money already. Do you feel like you kind of had to drop your ego a little bit and become like a student to the game again? And was it like quite a shock?
Yeah, 100%. As I said, like I was skeptical about joining the group. I thought, am I going to get value from this? Like,
Of course.
as you said, about the kind of ego sort of thing as well. It's like, right, I'm already experienced in the game. Like, is this actually going to be any better from him? We're going to learn a lot from him. But yeah, no, definitely. You kind of have to just take the advice, listen,
Yeah.
and put the advice into action, and kind
Yeah.
of stick to it. And yeah,
Yeah, 100%. I think your adherence to learning has been great as well, because I feel like it's like, if your ego's so high, you almost like you don't want to try it, but I feel like you can't try it until you can't lock it until you try, kind of thing. You've really got to
mhm,
implement it,
yeah,
and just give what someone else who's in the position is saying, give their advice a go before you can say, oh, this doesn't work. And yeah, I mean, it's obviously proved to work for you super, super well. So, following on from that, what has been your biggest day so far this month?
Biggest day so far this month was yesterday.
Oh wow, that was no way.
Literally yesterday, yeah. So yeah, it was a brilliant day yesterday. I was chuffed.
What was it yesterday? Was it 400? Was it 400? You said, wasn't it?
400, yeah, just over 400. So or maybe even maybe 430 odd quid, I think,
Incredible.
yesterday. So Yeah.
That's really good. How does that compare to when you first joined us? Does it feel great, or do you feel like it's just become kind of like the norm now, and it's like, oh, £400 a day, it's cool, but not life changing?
Yeah, it's a good question. It feels good, but as I said to you before, I'm wanting to kind of push further and get to the kind of goal, the numbers that I'm wanting to get to. So yeah, I'm very happy with that, and I just kind of want to keep going.
That's it, 100%. What do you think you need to kind of see from yourself, aside from obviously more consistency and more time into it, to reach that next goal of maybe £700 a day or £1,000 a day or whatever it is you want to achieve?
Just more volume, definitely more volume. As I said, once I kind of get my normal job out the road and I kind of focus more on TikTok, obviously putting more volume into it will give me the kind of success that I'm looking for, to be honest. So yeah, definitely more volume into it.
I remember when we first started out, I kind of gave you a bit of a unique guarantee because I had a lot of trust in your ability, and it was like, obviously, we'll keep you in the group for free. We'll keep working with you free of charge until you hit that 5K month, and you were so close to it last month, weren't you? You was almost there.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even kind of realize it until the end of the month as well. I thought, God, that's getting close. But yeah, if I'd just had the more kind of time apart from a normal job to put into it, then I'm sure 100% would have got there.
Well, I mean, it's impressive that you can, only spend 2-3 hours a day making the content and still hit those numbers, though, because it does show you that, if you were to put more time into the lives, the videos, because they both work for you, then, that goal is beyond achievable for you on a consistent basis.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah.
So, has your kind of life changed at all since doing a little bit better on TikTok Shop, or would you say that things are relatively the same so far?
Yeah, it's definitely changed in a way. So with my job at the moment, obviously I work for myself. I've got a remote job myself at the moment, which I'm lucky to have.
Yeah, definitely.
But with the TikTok side of things, I can now see that taking over my current job of what I'm doing at the minute. So I can definitely see my life changing and kind of where I want to be going with it. So
Really
yeah.
good. Well, I'm glad for you, man. I'm happy for you. Just out of interest, was there anything that kind of made the group and the mentorship itself so far? I know you've only been in for sort of 3 or 4 months, I think it is. But was there anything that's made it kind of different to anything else you've tried before? That is assuming you have tried groups before. Maybe you haven't, but was there anything that made it kind of stand out?
No, to be honest, I've not been in any other groups. It's just your one that I've been in. But what has stood out for me and what has been really good is the weekly calls.
Yeah,
Obviously the one-to-one support's brilliant, but yeah, the weekly calls, as I was saying before, because you're on with other people
yeah,
and you're learning off other people's videos, you actually take bits from theirs and then put it into your own ones. It's just good giving other people help as well, obviously, like, and helping others, which is good. So
yeah.
yeah, no, the weekly calls are brilliant and
Um,
learn a lot from them.
100%. It's almost like a mix of entertainment and education because you get to watch interesting videos, and we're all kind of in the same space where we enjoy watching shop content, but we also get to actively learn both from our own videos that we watch and review, but also, like you say, everyone else's, which makes it that much more fun. But yeah, honestly, dude, like, where do you kind of see yourself this time next year? Do you see yourself kind of doing even bigger months on TikTok Shop? What kind of position do you see yourself in?
Yeah, I've kind of got like the blinkers on at the moment. Like I'm just kind of fully looking forward, and hopefully just going for the 10 grand months, at least 10 grand plus months. That's what I'm hoping to do. Yeah, 'cause obviously just with the kind of experience and what I've all learned, I just need to put that into action and fully go for it now. Looking forward to it as well. That's my kind of goal. Obviously, I nearly hit my first goal, and now I'm kind of
Yeah.
setting up my second goal now. So I would say that's kind of where I want to be. Yeah.
That's right, man. 100%. I think because you were shooting for the moon, you've almost hit the stars already, which is great. And I think it's nice to set those goals as high as we can in a realistic manner, because it definitely helps us excel to the kind of smaller ones we set out previously faster. But yeah, what's going to be your kind of biggest focus moving forward then, aside from kind of the more volume thing? Is there anything else you're going to try and really lock in on and do over the next few months to make that a reality?
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna definitely have a look at my product selection, seeing what's working at this time of year,
That's
and kind of fully lock in on that, and then also add to that the volume of the videos and the things that I'm putting out during the day as well. And then I think with a mix of all that, hopefully that should be a good combination of it all. But yeah, that's what I'm going to focus on.
cool, man. I really appreciate that. That's some great advice as well. And hopefully some people can take that and kind of use everything you said and, input it into their own TikTok Shop journey.
Yeah,
But anyone that's kind of on the fence about maybe working with us, joining the group, being a part of what we have, would you say there's a specific type of person that would benefit best from this? Would it be like an older demographic? And would you say to someone on the fence that it's, genuinely worth it if they're doing TikTok Shop? I just want your kind of honest opinion on that.
yeah, I definitely don't think there's there's a demographic of who it necessarily works for or doesn't work for. If you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to listen, I would say that's the biggest point, as we're
I
talking about before. If you're willing to listen and take in the advice, because if you don't, you're not really going to get any further than where you are now. So I think if you're willing to listen, take the advice and put it into action, yeah, definitely think it's worth it if you want to take it to the next level. Yeah.
Honestly, from working with people for so long now, I've kind of came to the conclusion that adherence to learning, and like I said earlier with the ego thing, of kind of lowering that ego, is like one of the biggest factors to how much success someone will see if they decide to be a part of a group like this or any sort of learning environment. And I think that's why we're so kind of set on the honesty that we have on the calls and the culture of taking notes, because we really want to force everyone to, like, don't just show up and listen, show up, take notes, implement, and then we can move forward and progress rather than start to regress. And I think that culture is definitely something that's great inside the group, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. And other people have their thoughts to put in as well, which help. Like, I'll maybe sometimes speak up, other people speak up on my videos, and yeah, all that together put into action in your next one, it definitely helps, because there's stuff that you just don't even realize that's in your current video that isn't good, or could be, it's not scroll stopping, it's not entertaining, it gets a bit boring, but you just have to kind of take that that honest feedback and then fix it on your next one.
100%. Amazing. One final question as well, and you can give me your honest answer on this. I'm not sure what you're going to say, but do you feel like you'd be sort of where you're at now, almost hitting that 5K month? Obviously, you've done your sort of £400 day plus yesterday. Do you feel like you'd be in that position right now if you hadn't have decided to join us back when you did?
No, definitely not. I think with a lot of stuff in life, it's not necessarily what you know, it's who you know as well.
Yeah.
And with some of the contacts in the group, like including yourselves, the coaches, getting in touch with other people that then can push you on further as well.
Right.
Getting in touch with maybe certain brands or some deals with commissions and stuff like that as well definitely helps. But yeah, no, I wouldn't have pushed myself on certain things as well. I wouldn't have been putting in the little details into my videos like I would, like what I've done with you guys. So no, definitely not.
I'm happy to hear that, man. But it's good to know, I mean, it's like kind of when you make that investment as well, it almost forces you to commit to this. And it's like, okay, right now I have to actually listen to this stuff, implement it, put in the work on your side as well. And I think that's part of the reason why you've been able to do so well so quickly.
Yeah.
Man, honestly, super happy for you. I can't wait to see you crush your next goals. And, in 6 months' time, we'll do another call like this. And hopefully you've hit your 10K month. But yeah, Jordan, it's been great. Until next one, thank you very much, my friend, and peace out.
Thank you very much.